So welcome back to another episode of the 100 Day Design Challenge. Today we'll be designing a product flyer for Nivea. Now the first thing I'm going to do is import my resources. Okay, so I'll be working with this Nivea Men Deep Clean. So I'm just going to import. I'm just going to drag this and drop inside of Photoshop. Okay. Good. Alright, then just increase this a bit. Alright. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do is add my background, of course. So I'm just going to import add this gradient background. So before I do, let me just move it behind because I'll set my colors from my Nivea Men here. So I'm just going to come to my gradient, click, then let me increase the opacity of this. Alright, so I'm just going to click here, pick a color. Let me pick a color for me. Let me use this. I think this is okay. Let's see. Let me just adjust this here. I think this is okay. Alright, so now and then for here, I'm just going to pick a brighter shade of that color. I'm just adjust it to a brighter shade. Just adjust it out. This should be okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to change my style to radial and then I'm going to reverse this. Okay, now let me increase the scale. Good, I think this is okay. So now the next thing I'm going to do, let me just rotate this a bit. Good. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm still working on my background, right? Let me just unsee this. I'm still working on my background, so let me just add a text. So I'm going to write the word Nivea. Alright, so for those of you that might want to know the font I'm using, this is it here. I'm using Terminator Real NFI. That's the font I'm using. Okay, so now, and you may have to make sure that your color is white. I'm just going to increase this across here. I think this is good. So I'm just going to duplicate. So just press Alt and then you drag and drop, duplicate. You do the same thing again, drag and drop, and then drag and drop. So just want to cover the whole space. Alright. Let me just convert all of this to a smart object. I'll just right click and then convert to smart object. Alright. So I'm going to reduce the opacity here. This point here, I'm just going to reduce the opacity. Alright, I think this is okay. Now after that I'm going to add a filter, blur, and then motion blur. So you can just go to my settings, set your distance to 166, and okay, good. So now I'm just going to move this forward, my products forward, and I'm going to see this. Now the next thing I want to do is add a shadow on the floor here. So I'm just going to add another layer mask, and then I'm going to come to my brush tool, pick a color. Now you can copy my settings. I'm going to use a darker shade of this color. I'm just going to pick this, increase the brush, and then click once. So I'm going to compress this. I'm going to drag and drop here. Let me just reduce this a bit. Alright, let me still rotate this. So now the next thing I want to do on my product, I'm just going to add a curve. Adding a curve, I'm going to adjust the curve, reduce it down. I want a dark shade of this. Okay, Now I'm going to click on this and then click on the layer of the curve and then invert, Control I to invert. After invert, I'm going to my brush, go to my brush tool, reduce the brush tool. So I want to just wipe the bottom part since the shadow is reflected from the floor, so it's going to be dark. So just swap this and then sorry, let me create a clipping mask. I have to create a clipping mask. I just want it to affect only the product alone. I'm going to shade this. I'm going to shade this bottom part. Just a bit, just shade it a bit. Just a bit. Alright. So now the next thing we want to do is add a shape, add a rectangle shape. So I'm just going to drag this across here. So you can drag to fit any length you want. So I think this is okay. Alright, so after that I'm just going to add a color ingredient overlay. Come to where I have my layer style, pick the color over gradient overlay, good. So once gradient overlay opens, I'm just going to edit the gradient. So for this first part, I'm going to pick a color from the background. I'm just going to pick this color here. That's good. Now here also I'm going to pick this color here. All right, okay, so you can just copy my color setting for here. I'll just copy my color code. This is the color code here. This is the color code. All right, and here also this is the color code, and also for here this is the color code. So you can just copy my color codes and then okay. All right, so now take note, once you've added your gradient overlay, you have to convert it to a smart object. Reason being that if I don't and I try to rotate this rectangle I added here, the color is going to be displaced. So this is what I mean. So if you take a look at this now, once I rotate it, so are you seeing the colors? So I'm going to reverse this and convert it to a smart object. So if I rotate it, the colors are still intact. All right, so now I've converted a smart object. Let me just rotate it. So okay, this is okay, good. So I'm going to duplicate this rectangle that's also rotated. I'm going to duplicate. So to duplicate, I just press Alt and I'll just drag here. So now I'm going to turn this other way. Alright, so now I'm going to move both of them backwards right behind the product. So I'm going to move them to this point behind. So let's just drag this. I don't want this to show outside here. Same thing with this also. Now this, now for this here, I'm just going to drag this to this point. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to duplicate this. Just press Alt. Now when I'm duplicating, I'm going to duplicate from this layer panel because I want it to be exactly at that same spot. So just press come here, you tap and then you press Ctrl J. Okay, once you press Ctrl J, just bring it forward in front of this. I need to duplicate the right thing. So I want to duplicate this one here. I'm going to press Ctrl J, then bring it forward right in front of this product. Good. So after bringing it forward, I'm going to clip it. I'm going to create a clip mask and clip it to my product here. So now the one behind, I'm going to click on it and then click on my brush tool. Now I'm going to add a layer mask so I can edit, I can erase this. So once I add the layer mask, I'll just swap this to the dark color and then I'll erase. Alright, I'm going to erase. Good. So I'm just going to click on this, and then I'm going to move it forward. So that's okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add outer glow to all of them. So for this first one, I'm just going to pick my style here and then I'm going to pick my outer glow. So just click on outer glow. let me edit this color here. So I need a shade of this. Let me pick this bright. All right, I think this is good to go. This is okay. All right, just press OK and then do the same thing for this here. So I'm going to pick outer glow here. And the same thing also for this one, guys. So outer glow here. Now the next thing I want to do, let me bring this down a bit. So now the next thing I want to do is add a text. Go to my text panel here, tap and then write the text. Alright. Change the color to white. I already told you the font I'm using Terminator Real NFI. So for those of you that need the font, you can just check online and download. So I'm going to rotate this at an angle of 90 degrees. To get a perfect angle, I'm just going to press Shift and then Control C. Press Shift and then rotate this. So now after rotating, I'm just going to increase this a bit. Increase this on this side. Okay, so I can just adjust this to centralize it. Alright, so after doing that, you can actually increase all the designs here. So I'm just going to select all of this here, but I'm going to deselect this background here. So just control and then click on this. So I'm going to expand this a bit. Expand. So I'm just going to expand this a bit. I need it to be bigger and this is looking small. Alright. So with this we're done with our design. So I'm just going to screenshot this. To screenshot, just press Shift Control Alt E. So after screenshotting, I'm going to go to my filter layer here and then pick camera raw filter. The camera raw filter. Once the camera raw filter opens, I'm just going to increase the texture, increase the clarity, and also increase the DAs. Okay, I want the colors to pop, and then okay. Once this takes effect, so you can always compare. So if I unsee this now and this is back, I see the colors popped here. So I'm just going to go to my filter also again on this layer that I just edited, the screenshotted layer. I'm just going to go to my filter and add noise. Just going to add a bit of noise. Although it's optional, you can decide to add or you can decide to leave it. It doesn't matter. But I like to add noise to my own design. So just press OK. And with that, I'm done with my design. So I'm just going to magnify this so I have a clear view, the broader view. So just press Alt. So this was the design we came up with. So thank you for sticking to the end of this class. I hope to see you in the next video. And also click the like, share and subscribe button. And also click the notification button also so that you can get notified if we post any new video. Thank you for staying to the end. See you in the next video. Have a nice day.